Good morning. I'm making a little video about copper this morning. It won't be very long. I'm just going to talk about the properties of copper and how important I think it is in just everyday life. I wear copper rings every single day. I make my own copper rings. I make my copper bangles. I have a necklace that is moss agate encased in copper, which helps for uh, being in tune with nature and healing. And copper is a conductor of electricity. So it helps to promote circulation in the body. And the blood is made up of trace mineral copper, quite a bit actually. And it's throughout our whole body. So copper is a really important element. And on the periodic table, copper is Cu-29 is the actual um, listing for it. And Venus is the ruler of copper. So it is feminine, it is soft and malleable, and it is very healing. So I use copper balls like these. I have all different sizes. I use these in my Reiki practice when I'm working on clients who have numbness or tingling, sciatica, arthritis. I have different sizes of these little medicinal copper balls, and I never polish them. When I work with them, they may start out looking like this, but by the time I finish the Reiki session, they are glowing and look just like my ring there. I don't polish any of my copper ever because copper will let you know if you are alkaline or not, or if you're too acidic. So when you're wearing copper, you don't want to polish it. I wear it every single day, and I'll let it tarnish, and but it doesn't turn my hand or my arms green because I am fairly alkaline. I use a lot of chlorophyll. I use one from Sprouts that I really like that's made from mulberry leaves. I just drop some drops in my water and I drink it throughout the day. And it helps to temper the acidity down. So if you eat a lot of sugar and you're wearing copper the next morning, you might notice that it's tarnished and you're starting to turn your arm green because it's very acidic. Sugar's very acidic. And when you eat too much bread or gluten, that yeast turns to sugar, converts to sugar. So you're going to see that things will tarnish, and you can feel it in your system. And the copper just lets you know it's proof of the acidity in your system. And so it's a conductor of electricity. It is probably the most common metal, especially in electrical work, appliances, you name it. Just about everything that plugs in is going to have copper infused in the whole process. The When you have a copper deficiency, there are a lot of indications of that, which can be numbness and tingling in your hands and feet. It can be fatigue. It can be brain fog. These are very common in a deficiency of copper, which you can take copper supplements, but you have to make sure that you don't overload yourself with any kind of metal. Um, so I think that using copper on the physical is a great way to regulate the copper in your system. It works together. So if you have pain in your wrist or your feet, you can use copper to alleviate that pain. And you can also mitigate that by eating things that are rich in copper, like, believe it or not, potatoes. You can do boiled potatoes, baked potatoes with the skin on. The skin is where the copper is. Leafy greens, dark chocolate. Dark chocolate has tons of copper in the chocolate itself. So that's a plus. And the copper will keep will help you when you're out. I'm outside all day long, and I'm exposed to chemtrails all the time. And I do know that they affect me because of the heavy metals and the spraying, just in the food, everything with heavy metals. So the copper helps to mitigate and keep the EMF and 5G at bay. It will help to dissipate that. You can actually feel the difference. I feel the difference if I don't wear any copper at all and I'm outside all day, as opposed to the days that I wear copper and I'm outside all day long too. But if you have autoimmune disease, then you usually will have a copper deficiency of some sort. And also, if you are iron deficient and you just feel, like I said, tired all the time, the copper is real important for the blood. It helps to keep the blood flowing. It helps to keep the blood clean, and it keeps the blood healthy. So copper, I think, is just an extremely important metal. I have a copper. This is a copper tag that was given to me that is imprinted with copper frequency to give it extra oomph. And when I have plants in the house that are looking a little frumpy and need some extra care, I'll take a little copper ball. I have some even smaller than this. I warm it up in my hands and infuse it with energy, and I'll place it right there at the base of the stem where it can infuse with the soil. And you will see results. I get results from it, I will tell you that. I'm going to include in the description a couple of links for listening to copper frequencies. That way, if you do find that you might be copper deficient, instead of taking a supplement, which there's nothing wrong with taking a copper supplement, you just have to know, how much and when to take it. But with the copper frequency, it promotes your own body to make and supply the copper necessary. That's why I like frequencies. That's why I'm all about the frequency and of everything. Everything's energetics to me. So I will include a couple of videos that you can listen with headphones, and definitely listen to headphone to the videos with headphones that are plugged into the device, because when you use Bluetooth, there's a break in the frequency, and that's not good. So we want to listen, whether it's plugged into your laptop or your phone. Just make sure you plug in your earphones into the actual tool that you're using, and you'll get great benefits. You'll start to feel warm when you listen to the copper frequency. I listen to one in the morning. It's 8 minutes, and when it's cold outside, it does warm the body up, and it also helps to get the body awake. And before you even get out of bed, you start to feel yourself coming alive. Once the blood starts to flow, you can feel the copper go. The copper video that I listen to, that frequency, I can feel it moving through my system. I can feel it moving through my veins, and I like the way that feels. So I think that there's a lot to be said for looking into some copper for yourself. It's really affordable. I buy my copper balls, most of them at Body, Mind, and Soul, where they have all different kinds of sizes. I just buy them by the handfuls. I give them out to people sometimes. And I just would recommend not polishing them. If you want to polish it up, if they sit for a while, like these had been sitting, you just rub them between your hands and get the energy flowing. And holding these while you're watching TV or whatever you're doing, you can feel energized. If you're feeling tired and you're feeling a little bit weak, these will help you. I have to tell you, everybody that has been unbelieving that has come to me for Reiki, I put these in their hands and they leave and say, I'm going to buy some of these. So, I mean, the proof is in the palms and in the little copper ball. So, I hope you have a wonderful day. And if you have any questions about copper, you can leave it in the comments. Copper works real well with selenite too, just so you know. They're pretty good friends. And I think that you can use them together. The selenite clears and the copper promotes the stimulation and the circulation. So those two can work together for sure. I'm looking at my notes to make sure I didn't forget anything. And I think we're good. Yeah, I think we're good. All right. I hope you have a wonderful day. May the force be with you. And I love you all so very much, my human family. Ciao.